couple times today, but guys, I don't know if you've been looking at the hot sheet. We're looking at 15 to 20 closings a day. We had 179 to close this week, and we did like 15 a day times 65. We did a lot, and we're not done. But Joy wants me to tell everybody that closings have to be in by Tuesday at the latest to count for April production, because tomorrow is May 1st, which I can't believe.
Mayday.
Yeah. So I want to tell you a story real quick before we get into some things that I've been chanting about, because I see my neighbors a lot because I walk the dog a lot, and everybody thinking it's so easy now because we're selling. Did you see that house? The Diaz house came on. Did it sell yet? Yeah, we had multiple offers on it yesterday. Oh my God, you guys are so lucky. I said, wait, lucky? Stop. When you get 15 offers on a house, you got to talk to 15 different agents, and you got to negotiate 15 different offers, and then you need to turn down 14 people who are not happy with you, right? And it's a lot of stress helping the seller pick the right offer. And then when you're the buyer's agent, you might be forced to write 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different offers for a buyer to get them to get the house they want. So we're doing 5 or 6 times the work than we were doing before the market was like this. And they all take a moment to pause and reflect. So I want to remind you, it's not helping our cause for you to post on Facebook, sold my listing with multiple offers in 3 minutes. It just doesn't help our cause. Talk about the extra work you're doing. The first closing we had in Mirror Bay, I just looked it up. It was May 1st. No, sorry, it was June 1st of last year. And we closed it for $681,000. He has owned it now for 10 months. He got a job transfer. He put it on the market with a flat fee MLS broker at $890, and it went under contract at $990 after multiple offers. $681,000 to $990,000 in 10 months. It's a 2,500 square foot house. That's $400 a foot in Mirror Bay. When we started Mirror Bay's project, the average price was $190 a square foot. Right. So I want to play a quick video for you guys just for fun. I'll turn my volume up a little bit. It's not very long. It's not like the one Chris played on Wednesday.
Where we were all bawling our eyes out.
Okay, watch this.
Apple for sale? Yeah, we're about to put it on sale right now, actually.
Oh, I'm not sharing my
In the
screen.
market, so tell me about.
It's more effective if I share my screen to show a video.
Excuse me, is that Apple for sale? Yeah, we're about to put it on sale right now, actually. Well, I'm in the market, so tell me about your Apple. Why should I buy it? Nice try. Okay, people, here's how this is going to work. I have an Apple here. The highest bidder's going home with this. I want all bids in the next 2 minutes, then we're closing it. Bidding starts at $5.
Feeling pretty confident there, huh? I mean,
$10. He said starting at $5.
15.
Is this a new Apple? Yeah, just listed. I'm pre-qualified. I'll take cash. I got cash. 20, 30, 40. No, just make it 45. Is it even worth that? 50. I don't know. Please, this is the 8th Apple I've tried to buy. Could I at least see it up close? Nope, it's an Apple. You know what it is. You either want it or you don't. I'll take it for 100.
Well, I'm from California. It's the cheapest apple I've ever seen.
120.
Why did I do that?
I'm sorry. That is so friggin' true. It cracks me up. I'm from California. That's the cheapest apple I've ever seen. Right? Guys, that's it. When you see through John Smith's eyes, then you see what John Smith buys. They are looking at our stuff like it doesn't stink. And they're seeing a brand new 2,500 square foot house in Mirror Bay for $990,000 for $890, and they bid it up to $990. That's blasphemy. Our local brains don't think like that. I don't know where these people are from, but I'll find out. Probably California, and they paid cash, and there's no appraisal contingency. But you can't live like this in California for $1 million. Not a chance. And now people can work anywhere they want to. Crazy. I'm doing some research on that land that I've got trying to sell. And my owner sent me a newspaper article. Tony Everett listed 2 lots in Davis Island on the bay, 160 feet wide, for $10 million each.
Wow.
I mean, we don't have $10 million lots on the Gulf of Mexico. 160 foot lot on the bay on Davis Island for $10 million. I think she's, but It's crazy. So
All right, let's introduce Barbara.
okay. So my intro to Barbara is at the Top Agent Luncheon on Friday. I recognize the prevailing theme that our agents that are busy and we're stressed. And we've got to deal with buyers that are disappointed because they're not getting, we're at multiple offers. We've got to deal with multiple offers. It's just a lot of work, right? And then I'm talking to a lot of our top agents, back up, 940,000 homes for sale in the United States, 1,300,000 real estate agents in the United States. So we have 400,000 more agents than we do houses. Yet the agents who are busy, the ones I'm talking to, are, I've got 6 pending contracts right now. I've got 8 pending, I've got 14 pending contracts right now. You're not going to function at that level for long. You're just not. You're going to make mistakes and problems are going to happen. You're going to get burnt out and it's going to suck. And that's just me being a loving father telling you that's how it's going to work. You can't keep up. And then another Craigism is either you have an assistant or you are an assistant, right? That's it. Either you're doing this stuff or you're not doing this stuff. So I would encourage you all as a variable expense to your business that you only pay when you're successful and you have to have a closing. If you're going to grow your business and provide consistent service, because here's what happens. You get a whole bunch of business, you get swamped down in paperwork, so you can't do the income generating activities. So you close out what you got, then you got new business coming. Then you got to get business again. And then your roller coaster goes, I got to go this way because I'm backwards on the camera. Up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you can delegate a lot of the administrative tasks to monitoring your contracts and your listings, then that will free you up to keep the prospecting going, to stay in touch with your past clients in your sphere and your absentee owners and all the stuff you're doing. There you go, Jeff. So you can keep a level production field, right? So Barbara Barnett has been doing transaction coordination on and off with us or other companies too, but she's done a bang up job. The agents love working with her. So I thought it'd be an interesting perspective to hear from a transaction coordinator, how she can make your life easier. And they also make our back office life easier too, because they had to do with this stuff.
We love working with Barbara. She's thorough, she's detailed, she's organized. She has access to Dotloop, our email. She's working with Devin and Cody and Joe Brown and other agents too. I mean, agents that do a lot of business. And she knows stuff. So I've been talking with her and I want everybody to get to know Barbara, and I want Barbara to explain her process from the time a contract comes in and what she does all the way to the closing. All right, so Barbara, you're on.
All right, and sorry guys, my video is so dark. I apologize for that. Next time I'll make sure my lighting's better. Maybe I'll get one of those big rings or something. I'm not sure, but thank you very much for the invite. I appreciate it. My name's Barbara Barnett. I've been doing transaction coordinator for about 5 years now. And I love the work. It's probably one of the most satisfying jobs that I have ever had. And I just love it. And my job, you know, what I want to do is I want to be able to take some of the busy work off of you so that you can go out and pound the pavement, so that you can go get more contracts or more listings, because those are the things that you all are really good at. And I work behind the scenes in order to help you be successful. That's ultimately my goal, is I want you to get from contract to closing or listing to closing. And so what happens is, generally when a contract comes in, you invite me to the loop. My agents invite me to the loop, and I start working. I review the file, I review all the documents, make sure everything is compliant, make sure there's signatures, initials everywhere that needs to be. And then I task everything. So I send out, emails to the title company, to the clients, and also to the agent on the other end with complete details about information, contact information for the file, key contract dates, necessary information that they need in order to continue to work the file as well. And then in Dotloop, I just task everything. So, I mean, it's not unusual for me to have, 38 tasks a day. Just depending on how many files I'm working at a time. And right now I support about 14 agents, and I love all of them. They're just, they're great. Everybody is different. And so sometimes I have to customize what I do to support them because of the way that they like to work. And that's fine. I mean, I have no problem doing that. But I do have some agents as well that they'll just send me the contract through email and say, do your thing. And then I just run with it. And then if I run into any obstacles or I have any issues or anything like that, I contact them, talk to them, text them, email them, but I'm in constant communication with them as well. And I'm constantly texting them, calling them or emailing them, just, and if there's an issue that arises, I always say, hey, let's talk about this. And, we normally work everything out. But it's just a really fulfilling job, in my opinion. And I love working with all of you. I'm a little nervous too, I have to say. I don't speak much in front of people, so I apologize.
You're not in front of any people.
Pardon me?
You're not in front of any people. You're just in front
We
of
get
other people.
along great because me and Barbara, we like to work behind the scenes.
But yes, I understand too. And, I sit and I look because, I've often thought, well, maybe I should become an agent. But then I stop and I think about all the paperwork that goes on behind the scenes. And I don't know how people who don't have, successful agents who don't have assistants can do all of that, because it is so much. I mean, it really is a lot of work, especially if you get into a file that is a little bit more difficult than others.
Well, something falls through the cracks.
Yeah. And
Either you're sacrificing your personal time, or you're sacrificing your health, or you're sacrificing your money, or you're sacrificing your reputation.
Absolutely.
Mistakes. I mean, there's a whole bunch of things happen the busier you get.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I just sit and think, I'm like, wow, how do they get the business and then do all this paperwork and then get it to closing and then start all over again? So, but like you were saying, there's ups and downs whenever they don't have an assistant to help them. And so what I do is I just, I work behind the scenes and I make sure all that stuff gets done for you. And like I said, if anything happens, then I immediately get in touch with you. I also handle listings. I have agents who will send me contract information to, I'm sorry, going back to contracts, but they'll email me contract information and say, hey, can you create a loop and put this in a contract for me? And so I do all of that. And once I get that done and everything, I'll let them know it's done and it's ready for them to review and send out, or if they want me to send it out, I'll send it out for them on their behalf.
See, nothing's hard, but it just all has to be done.
Yes.
In a certain period of time.
Right.
Just
And
pay
if you're done-
attention to the detail
And if you're not,
Exactly.
and the
And-
dates and the time and the timeline, the critical dates.
Yes. Timelines are of essence. And when I say I task everything in .loop, so that every day I get notifications about outstanding items that are due or things that are due. And normally whenever I do task, I task a few days ahead of the due date, just so that I can, send out my email or get in touch with whoever I need to get in touch with, just to make sure that we're still on track to meet that deadline. But I do that, and I do it, every day for all of my customers, my clients. I do it for our client, the agent's clients. I'm in constant contact with our customers too. If the agent wants us to be, I'll text them, I'll let them know, hey, I sent you a document to sign. So, but I mean, everything has worked out beautifully, and I have good relationships with great relationships with all of my agents. I really do love all of them. They're fabulous. And I just feel so fortunate to be in this industry, and that I got the opportunity to work with Century 21 and you all. And I just hope to, I hope to grow my business and help more agents. I also do the listing side too. I have agents who will send me, hey, I want to do a listing on this. Can you get this set up? So I'll create the loop, put all the documents in there. I'll fill in as much information as I can fill in from the tax, the Hillsborough County tax record, or whichever county it's from the realist tax record, from any information that I can find, and also based on the information that the agent provides. Once all of that's done and everything's ready, I let the agent know that it's ready for them to complete, because sometimes there's, especially on the MLS data form, I may not be privy to all the information for the property itself, that's something that the agent has to finish filling in. So I'll generally let them know, and they'll either email me the information or they'll fill it in themselves, and then they'll let me know, hey, it's ready. And, I get all this, I'll send it out for signatures. And then once all that comes back, submit it to the listing email to get it up and running. So,
So you are in communication with the clients on behalf of the agents at times.
yes, yes,
And you're helping track down missing paperwork or making sure the file is complete,
yes, ma'am.
as far as what we need for back office.
Yeah. So the
What
back
about
office goes,
ordering
oh, hey, you,
inspections?
Yes. I am the kind of person, I don't like to get an email from the back office saying, hey, you're missing this document. So, because so I try to get everything ahead of time before, and I try to get it as fast as I can before I submit it to the back office. And then of course, if I miss anything, I note whenever I submit, especially, for instance, on a contract, we don't always have escrow right away. Normally it's three days. So whenever I'm submitting a contract, I always just let the back office know that escrow is due on this date. We'll submit as soon as it's received. So, but I follow up on that too. I just task everything. And every day I work my task list.
And then everything's documented. So, and everything's in .loop. You're using the messenger in .loop to communicate. You're using your
Right.
email, and you're adding email PDFs to the file. So everybody in the
Yeah.
transaction knows what's going on. The agents aren't in the dark. They're included in the transaction. But Barbara's just assisting with some
you're
of the
supervising
detail.
now.
And then
Yes.
Barbara is paid per transaction by the agent. She's an independent from our company. We do not pay Barbara. The agents pay Barbara directly. And Barbara, you please tell us your fee.
My fee is $375, and that's per per closed transaction.
Paid at time of closing. The agents pay.
Right, paid at the time
then-
of closing. So,
And
so
then
what
the
happens
agents-
is once we're closed and I'm sorry, say that again, Ange.
The agents they'll actually send Barbara a 1099 at the end of the year when it comes time for taxes.
Yes, that is correct.
Right.
Yep. And how I bill and everything is once we close and the day of closing, I always request the executed HUD settlement statement. Whenever I get that and everything, I upload it to the Loop and I submit it to the back office. And then I normally send an invoice to my agents and everything. And then I have different payment venues that they can use to pay me with. So
The
that's,
other thing-
that's basically how that.
We do have two other transaction coordinators that we work closely with that y'all may be familiar with, Elizabeth and Chrissy, and they charge a different amount.
They do different things.
There's a big difference in the services provided by Elizabeth and Chrissy and Barbara. One is not better than the other. It just depends on what you're needing help with, what the agents are needing help with. So Chrissy and Elizabeth are available and ready to help, and so is Barbara. We're providing you guys options and making sure everybody knows that we've got help. You've got help. You don't have to be out there on your own dealing with 11 closings in the next 2 months that you're going, oh my God, what do I do next?
Yeah, you freeze and you get nothing in 3 months. Lauren wrote in, I could not breathe without Elizabeth. I cannot understand folks that don't want to invest in a transaction coordinator for some peace of mind. Also, kudos to the amazing back office. I love having multiple sets of eyes on everything and keeps us honest and out of court. Yep,
Yeah,
me too.
you guys know we're really big and strong on compliance.
Yes. And I love working with the back office. I mean, y'all are always so good to me and so helpful if I have questions. And I know Sammy is just phenomenal. I'll call her some days and I'll say, hey, I need to talk this through with you. And she'll help me, she just helps. She's a good sounding board for me.
For me
Me
too.
I may know what the answer is, but I just need confirmation. And whenever I call her and everything, she's always a good sounding board and really, she's like, no, you've got it. That's the right thing to do. So,
Good.
but I love this job. It's best job I've ever had. And I've had several jobs, several jobs in my lifetime.
So Barbara's, we've got a title agency, a big title company here in Tampa that's trying to recruit Barbara away, and she's telling them no. And I'm going, yes, you can't take her away from us.
yeah, I love the flexibility of this position. Love working with the agents. You know, I like that I can, if I'm up at, 10 o'clock at night, most of the time I'm working just because that's what I like to do. And on the weekends, I'll work on the weekends if my agents need me to work on the weekends. And, and fortunately for me, I have a very supportive husband, and he recognizes how much I love this job. And so he's very supportive of this career choice for me. And I'm very blessed with him, very blessed with you all, very blessed with all my agents.
And we appreciate you too, Barbara. So thank you.
Yeah, so if there's anything I can do for you all, just, give me a call or email me. I've got to
Please provide us with your contact information.
Pardon me?
Barbara has an at c21be.com email account, so you can reach her that way. So Barbara Barnett at c21be.com, and we can put your number up on the screen, or I can send an email to the team after the meeting today and just let everybody know how to get in touch with you.
Yeah.
And then you can provide them with your menu of services, so they see all the steps, all of the things that you do from contract to closing, because it's a lot.
I think the
Yeah.
biggest difference between what Barbara does and what Elizabeth and Chrissy do is Elizabeth and Chrissy don't really involve with the customers back and forth. They leave that on the agent, where Barbara just takes over and says, I'll take care of it.
Yeah.
So it's a little different level of service, different pricing too.
Yeah.
Right.
And I love working with the clients too. I mean, it's, we have great customers or great buyers and great sellers. So, I love working with the title companies too. So it's just, this is just my wheelhouse, I guess. And, this is my gift. Everybody has different gifts, and administrative stuff is my gift. So, or administrative, organization, tasking, all that kind of stuff is just something that, I'm blessed with, I guess. And I love doing it. So anyway, I can help you guys, reach out. I'm happy to help. Just let me know.
Thank
Cool.
you.
Thank you for all your help.
Yes.
Thank
A lot of the
you.
agents really can't function very well without help, not at this level.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. 940,000 houses for sale, 1 million through real estate agents.
Mm-hmm.
More houses than agents, but how can our agents have 10, 14 pendings going when there's 400,000 agents that don't even have a hope of getting a job because there's not enough houses? I mean, It
Yeah.
really is. So the systems we have, the work that we do is better than our competitors, because we are really crushing it. Mike Meadler called me the other day. I didn't talk to him, but left a voicemail and said, what are you guys doing? You're up 42% over last year.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was, pre-pandemic. Q1, we didn't really feel the effects of the pandemic until after Q1. So it is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to, and if you're going to get busy, either you have an assistant or you are the assistant, and that's fine. If you don't have that many deals, you don't have that much money. So maybe you can't afford it, but then to understand you have to do the work, but sometimes when I go to the airport, I pay a little extra for valet parking because I don't want to drag my suitcases all over from long-term parking to the terminal. It costs a little more, but it makes me more efficient, right? Same thing for you guys. And that costs a little more, but it makes you more assistant. If it keeps the deal together, so you didn't forget to do something and a deal dies, that costs you thousands of dollars.
And that's where
Versus
Barbara
hundreds.
comes in, because she's paying attention to those dates and those time, and then that timeline. So the backup of that is super important, you guys.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss an escrow deposit date or
No.
Or an
Or,
inspection,
an
no.
inspection.
Or if it is missed, you want to catch that it's missed so you can take appropriate action quickly,
Exactly.
right? Because that's what happens. I'm the listing agent. I expect it to be done. I forget to follow up. I could have called breach of contract on day 3, canceled it, put it back on the market, sold it to a responsible buyer, but I forgot to look because I was too busy in purgatory doing everything else that I'm doing for all my other deals. And that's considered negligence, really, not calling out a default when you see it.
Yes, and for all of you agents out there too who do your own administrative work, I highly, highly encourage you to use the tasks in Dotloop, and you can actually customize the tasks, which is what I do. I go in there and I'll change, I create my own list based on all the information that I gather from the file. And so I customize each task list for each file, because sometimes some of them will have one deposit, some will have two, stuff like that. But I task based on that information. And when you assign it to yourself, on all my listing or all my contracts or all my deals that I'm working, I go and I create the task, and you can actually assign it to your own name with a date. So I do that. And so every day in my email, I get an email from Dotloop. Today, I think I have 38 tasks due.
So you guys know what Barbara's talking about, right?
I hope so.
When you create a loop, when you start a template, each template, all the paperwork is built into the loop, but all of the tasks, and these are just standard tasks that are the normal tasks that, right, that come along with the contracts or the listings.
Right.
And so underneath your list of documents, if you just scroll down, you're going to see all of the task lists. We've got them pre-built in for you, and you can assign dates to them and check off as you've done them. So these are available for you in Dotloop.
Yes. And I go in a lot of times and I customize them. And I told my agents, I said, if you go into the loop and you look at the tasks, it'll have my name by it, and then it'll have the tasks. So that means that it's just assigned to me to do for you. And then
can I share my screen and just show it real quick?
Yeah, do that.
Yes.
Yeah, because we're running out of time here, but
Okay.
screen to share. So you guys, this is a contract that's waiting to be, oh, look, it's closing, but we got stuff. But just so you see, the documents are here, the contract documents. And then if you keep scrolling down, then you've got your tasks. And these tasks are specified by agents and admin. So you guys, this is what we expect you guys to do. And then there's also an admin list, so you guys can know what the back office does as well. And then Barbara, that's what she's saying. She's customizing this list to meet her needs to work on her contracts. So, and she's assigning dates to. So these tasks, like I said, these are the standard steps, but they can all be customized. You can go over here, you can add a task, you can rename a task, you can change the date, or you can assign it to a person that's working this file. So that's what she's talking about. Just want to make sure everybody can see that. All right, we lost Craig, but I will send out Barbara's contact information in the email to everybody. So be on the lookout for that. And we appreciate you being here today, Barbara. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Barbara.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And happy selling, everybody. Happy selling and buying.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Do you want to stop sharing or just keep sharing your screen? Let's take off the share for a second so we can talk to the group.
Okay.
Nope, that's my video. Mike Puma sent that to me, Ken, because I don't go on Facebook. He said, please share that with the company. I thought that was hilarious. Yes, I'll send it to you.
So Barbara, you're welcome to stay on or and see what we're about to present. It's completely up to you.
Yeah, I need to get going so I can get working
That's
on
fine.
my tasks.
Okay.
That's fine.
I'll
Okay,
talk
we'll
to
see
you
you
guys
later.
Thanks
Okay.
again. I appreciate it.
Got it.
Bye.
Okay, Angelique. We hire 100 to 150 people a year. And we literally take out a fire hose and shoot them with it until they break. And then they don't
That's what Otis
understand.
says. It's like drinking out of a fire hose.
It is. We have so much stuff. And you guys spend, as an OTL, you sit down with a new agent and you show them all this stuff. And it's galactic overwhelm. It really is. But we know in our heart of hearts, we told them about it, but they don't know. So you're trying to find a way, because it's all valuable. Every time we dig up in the archives and find, oh, wow, the unique property website, that's a really cool thing, but I forgot about it. Hell, I forgot about a home warranty when that last house I bought. I should have bought a friggin' home warranty, right? I didn't do it. Cost me thousands of dollars. just because I wasn't thinking about it, right? Because it's not top of mind. So you've built a platform out and we've done our best to prioritize it. And now you want to start beta testing it in the world with experience and new agents, because there's a lot of tools that are at our disposal that we're totally ignoring, right?
Yeah.
And you probably know more about those tools than anybody in the company now, because you've done all the research and you've watched all the trainings and you put all the stuff in there. So
And
You
I've been
wanna-
hanging around this company for 30 years. Hello.
yeah.
Okay, so the idea behind this is to take the best tools that Century 21 Beggins offers and the tools that we use the most that Century 21 offers, because there are things that Century 21 bring in, they don't work for our brokerage, but a lot of them do. So it's just a matter of vetting and seeing what works and what doesn't work and what we can use. So the idea is just to bring everything together. It's like a resource center. It's like your user manual, which is a horrible term and nobody's ever going to look at this site if I call it that, but it's just the idea. Everything's in one place. We have so many places that we can go to look to find the information that I can't even keep track of it all. And when we're onboarding and I'm working with the OTLs and I'm working with new agents and they're like, where do I find this? And I got to go here and I got to go here. And it just, they just glaze over. They're like, I don't even care anymore what's going on. And until you guys need something, you know, it might not really connect, right? So the idea is just to put everything into one place. So yes, this is designed for when we onboard, when we bring in an agent, for them, it's like it's a roadmap and a plan of action per se, to kind of get them up and running. But the agents that have been with us and around for a while, you're going to find benefit in this too. You may go through they're set up in sections and modules, and I'll show you in just a minute. But you know, you may want to go through these and update your platforms and make sure that your Zillow reviews are linked to .loop. So it's an easy way for you to ask for a review, or there's just so many things. You want to make sure your photos are up to date, your bios are up to date. Remember, all these marketing platforms, these are your resume, right? This is what people they're searching you online. They're looking at your Instagram and your Facebook and your Zillow profile, and they're checking your Google reviews to see that you actually you are who you say you are. So you may want to take the agents that have been with us, you guys might want to run through some of these steps in the very beginning stages of this
Let me
platform.
say that a little more powerfully. You need to. If
Well,
you've been
you
working
know,
for 4 or 5 years, it's time to go and update your realtor.com bio. It says in 2018, I'm really glad it's not 2018 anymore, right? So it really
Yes.
is incumbent upon you to update your Trulia and Zillow and all that type of stuff. And we show you how to do it.
Yep, and so I run through all of the steps to set up all of the platform, but I use Jessica as an example because, you know, of course she's my daughter and I love her tremendously, but she does all of this stuff. And then I use her as an example because she's just done such a great job. So when you Google yourself and see what comes up, and the very first thing is her century21.com website. And then you scroll through and she's got her presence on realtor.com and Instagram and Facebook, and it just goes on and on and on. Her Google reviews are set up. So this is really important, you guys. This is how they're looking at you. They're trying to see who you are. And if they want to decide if they want to work with you, and, you know, please. So all of this stuff is important, but the Teachable site is not just setting up your marketing profiles. It's working with sellers and
No,
how
this is this is a checklist of all the things that have to be done.
Yep.
So
So
you can pick and choose the ones you want to use for now.
Yep. And working with buyers and what happens at time of closing, and how do I send a referral? And the list just goes on and on. I'm just going to give you a quick picture of what the site looks like. And I've been enrolling you guys based on your hire date. So all the people that have just recently joined us, they're getting loaded into the system first. And as I can only load a few at a time, I'm just going to keep slowly getting everybody in so everybody has access. And it's really important to link when you get the sign up email. I'm going to send you this email, and this linking your Teachable. It's called Teachable. That's the platform I'm using. You need to link the site. So pay attention to the setup instructions, okay? Because I want you to be able to see all of the modules, all of the courses. So when you get your sign up email, and if you want to sign up right now, just send me an email out, and I'll go ahead and add you. We don't have to wait, based on hire date. But it's basically, this is a course, it's a class, it's a roadmap designed for your, basically for the first 90 days that you come on board with us. These are going to be the steps that you take to build your foundation and get your real estate career off the ground. We're going to give you scripts. We're going to give you how-tos. We're going to give you downloadable PDFs that you can use as takeaways to show to a client. Your managers are going to be using this platform, and they're going to be coaching you to this platform, right? So you're going to be in your coaching session with your manager, and let's see, view my school, and they're going to say, do this step, this step, this step. So these are the various courses that we've got set up so far. And this I've already been working on this for months, for like 4 or 5 months. And I've been working with agents and the managers and the OTLs to get all of the content I possibly can to find it all and get it in one concise place to help you guys get off the ground. Because I know it's super overwhelming when you guys first come on board. And there's just so much to learn. And where do I go to find this? And how do I do this? And oh my God, you people just want to pull their hair out and run away. But I don't want that. So I'm just trying to put it all into one place to make it easily accessible for you guys. So these are all of the different courses that we've got set up so far. And remember, this is a work in progress. I'm adding sections all the time. And every time a new section is added, you'll get an email notification. I know, another email, but I don't know a better way to communicate with you guys. So your C21BE emails are important. Please look at them. So these are all of the different categories that we've got set up so far. And
We'll take us into week 1. Welcome.
Okay, yeah. We'll just start here. So when you come into this, you're going to see, there's going to be videos. There's going to be,
slow down. Let's go. 1 minute and 9 seconds. Set the expectation. Y'all can watch a 1 minute video, right?
Yeah. So
now,
all
some of them read longer.
Going to click on start, and you're going to go, and you're going to just go section by section, or these are not in any kind of order. So if you want to go back here and you want to work with, you want to jump to this section first, you absolutely can. All right. You don't need to finish one section to go on to the next. So it's just a matter of going through here. For those of you that have been around for a while, you may not have your Google My Business page set up, but I promise you, people are looking at your Google reviews to see if they want to work with you or not. I know, BE3 agents don't have an office per se, so of course that's not going to pertain to you guys, but this pertains to BE3 agents as much as it does to the rest of our company, okay? And it's just a matter of going through and looking at these things and running through each one of these things, and adding Zap as a contact in your phone is a big deal, because you want to assign it a special ringtone so you know when you're getting a call, you know when you're getting an incoming lead. So
did you guys see we had over 100 Century21.com leads last week? That's insane. They were 20, 30, 40, been growing, but over 100 last week. And they're flipping through the hands of the people that are not eligible. It's a shame.
So there's going to be training videos in here, like from our morning meetings, that are specific to helping you guys get off the ground. We've spent hours saying, this is a great class. Yes, we've got to talk about this. Yes, we need to include this. And it's just a matter of going through these things and seeing what's what and seeing what you want and seeing what you like. And so each one of these classes are set up like that. It's just take one at a time. What looks interesting to you, click on it and go. So I'm going to just keep working on these and letting you guys know when I get a section completed. And
Mike made
I
a
mean,
comment that there's also 5 courses you must take for NAR.
well, that's right. That's in the very beginning in week 1, I do talk about the complete required classes. And this is just this, you're not going to see this. This is just because I'm on a test screen. There are classes that you guys do have to take. Let me see if I can get out of here and just get to a regular. This is what the back side looks like. I don't really want to show you this, but I just do want to show you that the content is there. I just don't have it set up correctly there. But I do have the classes. I have them all specified. Everything is here. And it's a matter of you guys going through. Sorry, my screen is locked.
Yeah. Orientation, code of ethics, MLS basics, and MLS compliance.
And see, when you guys first join, you're getting bombarded with emails. All these things are coming to you. This is just a reminder that you've got to get this stuff done, okay? So I do have a lot of sections that are published, and there's a lot of sections on here that are not yet published, but I'll get there. And if, just please ask questions if you.
And give feedback.
Yeah, if you see something, you're like, I don't understand this. I don't know what this means. This doesn't work. This is how can we do this? Just please let me know. But you can see all of these things that have the green, these are published and ready to go. And these sections over here that aren't checked, these are all things that I'm still working on. All right. We've spent a lot of time trying to come up with everything that is relevant, that pertains to what you guys are doing, and to try to help you guys get your business off the ground.
All the content that we put, like how to fill out a listing agreement. Right, that's a class I've recorded 10 times. It's all on film. So Angela went through, she found the video, or she found one that Jonathan edited, and then posted there. So it's kind of like a library or an index, if you will.
So the video, and I've actually gone through, listened to the video and transcribed the video. So no matter how people learn, you can watch it, you can read it, you can listen to it, you can download it, you can copy and paste and take it with you, or you can download. There's a download. So it's a lot.
Right. So an example. So 2 or 3 months ago, no, it was like September, Spark was a big deal. Coming out that Forewarn app to be a safety for realtors. So we talked about that a lot in September and October. And then it went crickets. I haven't talked about Spark since the end of the year.
And this is the reason for the platform.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything that we talk about, I'm trying to gather it, put it into one place so you guys can have it at the ready. And this site is also searchable. So as I'm building out sections, I can add, the tags,
hashtags. Like
you do hashtags in Instagram, and you can search for Spark, and anything related to any section I've got that mentions Spark you can go right to that section. So that's going to be a cool feature. I'm working on it.
Because it's frustrating for us too. We put all this content out, and it really, just for fun, drives me crazy. I'll do a really good class, if I say so myself, on XYZ topic. And almost to a T, every day somebody calls me throughout the day and says, hey, can you help me with this? I'm like, really? We just did a class on that. Right? So hopefully
that's the idea behind this site.
Right.
Is to try to have a resource to take the best of what we do on a daily basis and put it into one place that's accessible for you guys to search through on your own time. And that's another thing when you're working with the OTLs. I don't want you guys to have to wait on me. If I'm in a meeting, if I'm walking the dog, if whatever it is, I don't want you guys to have to wait. I want you guys to have the information at the ready. So that's another idea about this. Because when I'm onboarding now, and I give you guys all your list in in Dotloop, those lists are great, but they don't link, they're not live links, they're no how-tos behind anything. So this, when you come in here, building the foundation, and you come in here and you're looking at your classes and you're going, okay, so building your brand. So how do I do that? And then you come in here, you can click into these classes, and this is going to be exactly what to do. So you don't have to wait on anybody. You can just come in here, you can listen to the class, and you can go through and you can read the notes, and you can say, okay, I'm doing this. And then you can start right then and there.
So Sarah said it's so helpful. I feel like starting over in my training and understanding all the systems exactly. We don't want you to start over. Just when you get a
Yes,
little time,
but
glance through, and you'll probably find out how much you really have accomplished so far.
Right. And this setting up your agent tools, this is really important for the agents that have been with us for a while. You know how many times I get an email and there's not an agent photo? I'm going to start emailing you guys, put your photos, add them onto your Google Suite, because people want to know who they're talking to, especially in today's world, right? And we're all like, I feel so disconnected from everybody being on a dang camera. Much rather do all this in person, but we can't all the time, and we're all spread apart. I mean, we cover
4 counties.
Orlando,
5, 6
Palm Beach
counties.
County. I mean, we're all over the place. Our company's so big these days. So it's simple things like that. These things don't take a very long time to do, but just come in here and look at these things, and you'll see this is exactly what you need to do to set up your personalized C21 site through Zap. And it's a step-by-step. I know some people are looking at this going, oh my God, I don't ever want to do this again. That's fine. Make sure your OTL does it for you, because we all have access to all this stuff. And if you don't want to take the time to go set up your website, tell me and I'll do it for you. Okay. I promise. All of your OTLs we will help you with this stuff if you don't want to take the time. But if you do want to take the time, it's here and it's at the ready for you.
Well, I got to
Okay.
tell you, you really should be involved in this process, because it's be top of mind and you'll know what it is.
But that's why I've laid it out like this, because we as the OTLs, we do a lot of this initial setup for you guys. Like, we'll set up your realtor.com and your Zillow and your Dotloop. But you know what? We need you guys to take ownership, right? We want you guys to know how to do this as well. So if you get a new photo, or your bio is updated, or your client asks you about something on your profile or on how to use this, you'll know. And I'm high C, high S, I got it. D's and I's probably don't even care to listen to me right now, but pay somebody to help you. You D's and I's out there, you need C's and S's too, okay? Call us, email us, and we'll help you.
Yep.
Okay.
Because it is frustrating. There's so much to go through. And then,
There's just so much.
show us the
It's
Century
just-
21 stuff, because if you want to get more overwhelmed.
And that's the thing. So I've merged C21 Beggins and Century 21. So I've taken the tools out of 21 Online that we use all the time. And those things are all mentioned throughout. So as you're going through the curriculum and you're in prospecting, or you're in how to price properties, or buyers or sellers, or whatever it is, it's mixed. There's Century 21 tools and there's C21 Beggins tools, stuff that we've created that are proprietary to our company. So it's kind of like the best of both, right? That's the idea.
Well, it's a shame, because there's so much good Century 21 content out there.
And I've been finding it and
Yeah.
pulling it and putting it in place. Yep. So
Exactly. Yep. Matthew, just start.
that's the thing. Just do a section
Pick a
at a
section.
time. And I promise, it looks overwhelming. It really does. but it's not. It's really not that overwhelming.
Like Meet the Beggins family. That's gonna be a paragraph. Talk about.
It's a paragraph because it's really hard to get us all together and we can't seem to get each other in a room to say, what's our story? Talk about needing a bio. This Beggins family needs a bio.
Oh, I got 27 bios, but I did it in 1995, just like our agents. But I'll tell you what, like Aixa, you know darn well she's gonna have Celeste all over this thing, updating all of her
Yep.
stuff.
I just got Celeste in a couple of days ago.
Mhm.
So yeah, see your management team. Do you guys know that all these people work behind the scenes to help you? Did you know that?
We should have their contact information.
Look at all of these people.
Yeah, no, they're on payroll.
Well, but we are here to help you guys, right? Because we're a team, right? We all work together and we all have our little niches. Like Barbara was saying, we work behind the scenes and you guys don't see me much because I'm always behind the scenes pushing buttons. But you know what? There's a lot of us that are here to back you up and to help you. Just this is how you find us. And it's all in this site.
And really, the staff prefers email because employees are different than independent contractors.
Because
Yeah.
we like paper trails.
They
I
want a
mean,
paper trail. They want
paper
proof of
trails.
what was asked because sometimes, I ask you a question and I interpret it a way and I act on it that way. And that's not what you wanted in the first place. So they want something to go back to and say, no, here's your letter. This is what you told me to do. Because they want to protect their jobs. It's just a different mindset. So
Well, it's not
use-
protecting our jobs, it's protecting you guys.
yeah, well,
We're
both.
protecting the company. So, adding your photo to your Google Suite is a thing.
Yeah, and we should update. Like we just had a photographer out shooting photos, headshots for people the other day. In one of the offices.
Right.
No,
I
then-
will pin people up against the wall and take their picture with my cell phone. I don't care. I want a photo there. And then we'll worry about getting a professional photo down the road.
Yep.
So all of these things are in here. How to set up your matrix, how to add your headers.
Look at all the work that goes into screenshotting all that and formatting all that and putting it into a PDF and all that. Oh my God.
But it's helpful.
Mhm. Thank
So
God there are people
anyway.
like you to do that.
I'm trying to help and get us all, talking the same language. And, when Deb is onboarding a new agent and when Joe is talking to a new agent, we all have different experiences. And I'm just trying to get it all into one place to help the next new person or the next agent that has a question or needs help.
Yeah. How come Deb told me about this, but somebody in Indian Rocks doesn't know about it? So this way everyone's have access to the same platform.
Now remember, I'm just started adding agents this week to the platform, and I'm starting by hire date. So the people that have been brought on with us, the most recent are the first ones I'm adding to the site. And I'm going to slowly get through the whole roster. And Susie will be back in the office, and Charlie, they're going to help me next week too, start loading in more of the agents so we can get everybody in here quicker. So
But
it's just
like you said,
it's-
if somebody has an urgent need, just send a note.
yeah, if you're on the call right now and you want access, just send me an email, text me or whatever, and I'll go ahead and add you now. You don't have to wait.
No,
I'm
like,
just-
we want a paper trail, so send her an email.
Well, or you can, you
It's
answer
hard
my
because I
phone.
get all these chats and if I don't write them down, once the meeting's gone, the chats are gone.
So I'm really excited about this. And this is a lot, and it's a lot of input from agents, managers, OTLs, trying to wrap our heads around this and put this all into one place. So I'm excited for you guys to get in here and dig around and let me know what you think. And just know it's a work in progress, and you may not see a section, but I may already have it planned out. I just haven't completed the section yet. Just get me by email.
And
I'm
you
excited for you guys to see it.
can pretty much 100% and 90% of the time, if you have the first name and the last name, you got our email address.
Yep, Angelique Beggins at c21be.com.
So that's how it works for us.
Yep.
So
Yep. Super excited for y'all to see it.
I could suspect that Leighton Ankle at c21be.com is your email address. There you go.
Yep.
Thank you, Diane. All right, Angelique, we made it 4 minutes to spare.
Yep.
Joy wanted me to remind everybody that closings have to be in by Tuesday if you want them counted for April. Not our rule. It's Century 21. It's their business 30, the 3-day business cutoff rule. I played my video. That's all I had for. I got a bunch of training content. Though. I need a day. One of these days coming up. Is today Friday, by the way?
Mike Clayman's got today's Friday. Mike, the MLS course, adding and modifying listings.
You don't need that.
Because you have a staff, you have a back office, you don't need to take that edit listing class because that's something that we do on your behalf for you. So that's why you didn't see that in the list.
But a lot of agents do take it. I don't mind you taking it so you see how much you don't want to do that.
Yep.
That would make you hire a transaction coordinator in and of itself because it's not just
because you have staff, all that, the whole sheet of people, all those people are all
remember the
working
11
behind the
questions.
scenes to
So
help.
here you go, Angelique, the 11 questions. Is that in that platform somewhere?
Yep, sure is.
There you go. So what are the
Yep.
11 questions?
And as I've updating the scripts and I'm updating forms for this platform, I'm also putting the same thing in .loop, right? So everything's consistent across the board.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was my point?
But forms, .loop is going to be your go-to for forms. Okay? Please
Oh, well, my
forget
point is,
about Drive.
the 11 questions form says, do you have a staff? And your answer is pre-printed in the 11 questions forms that you don't give the answers to the customer. It says, yes, I've got an accounting staff. I've got an admin staff. I've got a relocation coordinator. I've got to take credit of all that stuff because you're part of Eggins Enterprise. That's what we do.
And we're all of this staff, the pictures with all of us as agents, that's in .loop as well, too. It's called admin team. So you can build that into your presentations if you need to.
Yeah, we want you to have a pre-listing package put together. Use CMA Plus or CMA Plus?
CMA Toolkit CMA. Yeah.
And take that image and upload it into your single PDF, download it to your have it ready.
And all of that's built into the Teachable site.
Yeah, it's in
We've got
.loop.
Pre-listing presentation examples for you.
PDF it, put it in .loop. You can send it from your phone through .loop to your customer. It's all done. So a lot of streamlining and you'll get the gist because I know we hit you with fire hoses all the time. We don't want to do it that way. We spend a lot of time talking about how we cannot do it that way. And then Jeff and I get into it. We can't give them so much stuff. Well, what do you not want to give them? It's like my electrician's coming this morning. I make fun of him. He has his tool belt pouch and he's got so many friggin' tools. And dude, you're wiring a fluorescent light. You need a screwdriver and a pair of wing nut pliers. But he will come with tape measures and all kinds of shit hanging off his belt and just in case he needs something. So our thing is awareness. You know me, awareness gives you flexibility, gives you options, gives you power.
Yes.
We want you to be aware of these things. So when you're in a predicament, you can pull on that knowledge and say, yes, I've got that. And now you know where you can go get it. And that's the hard part we've been trying to get to.
Yeah, in one place instead of this website for this one for this. And
even the managers, Thomas and I got that from Google Drive. We haven't updated Google Drive.
Forget Google Drive. Nothing's current on Google Drive. Forget you even have it. Do not ever pull a form from Google Drive again.
Because that Google Drive just stores everything. So we got
Use
1990
for the most current forms, please,
right.
And thank you.
Please and thank you. All right, it's 9:30. I got 30 minutes before my next appointment. And then I got no time before my next appointment. Then I got 2 hours for my next appointment. So I'll be checking messages in that 2 hours.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.